In a world where style is storytelling and art is rebellion, I'm Natasha Morgan, designer, muse, unapologetic maximalist, collecting beauty like treasures from closets to galleries to the most fabulous rooms. This is Chasing Galliano, my glamorous, unpredictable quest to inspire through personal style, art, and space, while scheming to meet the master of fashion himself, John Galliano, preferably in something wildly over the top. Joining us is Amy Fine Collins, award-winning journalist, art and fashion historian, and cultural icon, whose fearless elegance and sharp insight continue to shape the worlds of style and art. How would you describe your home in 3 words?
Eclectic, obscure, and colorful.
Okay. And where do fashion and interior design intersect in your personal space?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
There's not like just one point of intersection. They keep zigzagging back on each other and twisting around each other.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about that Jeffrey Bean piece that you have?
Oh, okay. That's
vase.
sort of the least of it. There are a lot of Jeffrey Bean items here, but that was a trophy he won for something. I have a number of his trophies. I'd have to go look at the etching on it to remember what it was and what year. But that dancer there is from him. The man with the hat and eyes that have pupils like a cat are from him.
Okay.
This is from him too.
Oh, wonderful.
So there are a lot of Bean provenance items here, but he's not the only designer represented.
Okay. Okay. Is Tom represented here too?
I don't have anything that relates to interiors with Tom,
Okay.
except for scented candles.
Oh, nice.
Because
how are they? Are they good?
They're fantastic. I mean, his perfumes, I wear his perfumes almost all the time, so they are companions to the perfume. It's the same scents. But he hasn't really done much in terms of home. I know he'll do more. He did a sheet collaboration with Frette. And beyond that, I can't think of what else. But, I mean, he felt at home here when he came to visit. But it's kind of almost antithetical to his aesthetic because he's very minimal. And he likes the shade of gray, or the shades of gray, I should say.
Okay.
So,
Do you collect anything that has become a part of your home's character?
definitely, I mean, everything in a way, but in terms of like narrow and deep collecting, I have for many years collected things that belong to Helena Rubinstein.
Oh.
Like at the, I don't know, maybe the mid-90s, early 90s, I started with this inexplicable obsession with Helena Rubinstein. That is she behind us. That is,
And the other one?
that is Madame Rubinstein.
Yeah.
There, those are both portraits that were in her own collection. There's 2 chairs. Those 2 lucite chairs belong to her.
Oh, wow.
That portrait, the profile portrait in the red chalk, that is of her. And it belonged to her.
wow.
That mirror belonged to her.
It's a beautiful mirror.
This Man Ray photograph is of her. That is young Madame Rubinstein. That rug that we were looking at, the animals, that was hers as well. So
That's amazing.
One answer to your question.
That's amazing. How does your background in art history influence the way you curate your interiors?
but the art history background influences everything that I think, see, and do. Now, I never collected important art. One reason is the price tag. Like the great art is in the museums. And so I had wanted to collect things that were sort of the best in their class. Like fashion illustration, I have a couple throughout. Like fashion illustrators historically have been beautiful drafts people. They continue to make the body, the figure, their subject during the long decades when modern art was all abstract. So, and again, determining what is good quality, even if it's not by a great known master, is something that you learn how to do from studying art history, being able to discern and to distinguish among the varying levels of quality of an object, of a painting, of a drawing.
Are there specific periods and styles you draw from designing your home?
Yes, I mean, I think we're back to the 1930s. Like, if this room resembles anything that ever existed at all, maybe a couture salon of the 1930s, maybe with the colors. These, I like these sort of citric, clear colors. The combinations are unusual. People were much bolder with color. Like in the early, back then, for sure. And we look at so much of the interiors and the clothing in black and white, so we don't even know that. But if you happen to see a rare color photograph, or maybe a colored illustration, the color combinations are things that people would say, clash or don't look good on me. So, yeah, and a lot of the items date from that period, like the sconces on the wall. They date from that period. The rug dates from that period. So,
do you approach decorating a room the way you ensemble an outfit?
There is a rigor to both. I have a very demanding eye, and it disturbs me if I see something that's not exactly as I want it to be aesthetically. So, it's having a rigor and high standards, and it being a little ruthless sometimes too, about getting rid of things or taking something off or putting something away.
Okay. And what's your philosophy when it comes to mixing antiques with contemporary pieces?
I don't even know if it's a philosophy, but the more you mix, the better.
Yeah.
Never mix, never worry. Never mix, never worry. That's from Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, by Edward Albee, but they were talking about drinks, not.
I know.
But we apply it to decorating.
Okay.
But again, you have to know what you're doing.
Yeah, because it can go wrong.
Yeah. Very easily.
Very easily.
And fast.
How do you maintain a sense of elegance and personality without feeling overly decorated?
In a room,
Yeah.
you really have to have a very developed eye. You can't have a maximalist aesthetic without knowing how to control it. And unfortunately, I don't think it's even teachable. You know, for example, in this room full of things from different periods and different colors, different shapes, different scales, I have kind of one overarching rule, which is symmetry. I love symmetry, but you wouldn't even notice it. It's almost subliminal here. So that's what controls the chaos.
Okay.
Besides whatever it is, whatever instinct, aesthetic instinct there is.
Is there a particular piece or space in your home that acts as your muse?
Where do I get inspired? Well, I have an office here at home, and that's where all my writing is done.
Nice.
And clearly it has worked in getting all these stories out that I've published over the decades. But I mean, sometimes it's like a torture box also, because it's hard work writing.
I see. What was the first piece of art you've ever acquired, and do you still have it now?
The first piece of art I acquired was from a friend of my mother's named Byron McKeeby. And it's not here, it's in the house in the country. It's an etching of a kind of a fantasy bird, an odd little bird.
Okay. An odd bird.
Yes.
Okay.
And a make-believe creature. Almost an X-ray of this make-believe bird.
Okay.
It's slightly sinister, but very elegant.
Okay. How do you decide where your artwork belongs?
This is a challenge that never ends, because I'm always acquiring new things. And clearly there's no wall space left, but somehow I always find it. So things get rotated. And the paintings of Polina Rubinstein behind us, they have stayed. They're kind of permanent. But a lot of other things move around. It has to do, with the space that's available, what else is around it. Teaching art history taught me how images look best next to each other, because it was the old slide comparison, the paint, the Van Gogh and the Monet. I don't know if you took art history courses.
I don't remember. I can't remember.
But the tests were often like compare and contrast. But to have those two pictures up on the screen, you had to think about how they spoke to each other.
If your home had a dress code, what would it be?
Sit up straight.
Okay.
That's not a dress code, but everything and everyone looks better when they're not slumped.
Yes. What's the most Amy corner of object in this house?
Well, I'm in every corner and every nook and cranny. But this is kind of an Amy corner here.
Okay.
We're surrounded by things that are important to me.
Okay.
This corner.
Okay.
And maybe that sort of compatible companion corner there.
Okay. Is there a room that feels like a personal runway or your private museum?
Well, the entrance hall is runway-like.
Yeah.
So a museum, nothing is a museum and everything's a museum. Like, it's not that precious here, even though I get fussy about moving things around, placement. like the cat is allowed to go everywhere.
Of course.
Again,
What's something wonderfully over the top?
wonderfully over the top in the house. In the house. I mean, the mirror you were looking in there, it's bonkers.
That's special. That's very special. Okay. Do you have a piece of furniture with a better backstory than most people?
Oh, I've got numerous ones. I mean, everything has a backstory here. Like that table was Helena Rubinstein's. This table, just because it's right here, I'll tell you its story. It was designed by a woman called Hélène Arpel. She was married to the Van Cleef and Arpel fellow. But she was a shoe designer. She was one of the great shoe designers that now everyone's forgotten. And like Manolo Blahnik worshipped her work and she had a shop on Park Avenue. And at one point that shop closed and they were selling all the shoes for nothing. And I said, "Are you selling the fixtures too? I mean, the shop is closing." They said, "Yeah, what do you want?" These two tables are from that shop on Park Avenue, designed by Madame Arpel. So that's a story, I think, that may be unusual. The lucite chairs, I mentioned, those were the very first pieces of furniture made out of lucite. They were designed for Helena Rubinstein by the same man who designed her lucite powder boxes. And his last name was Medej. He was Central European. I'm trying to remember his first name. It's something like Madyges. So she had her powder box maker, which was unusual also to have a lucite powder box, make a whole suite of furniture for her. And they were in her bedroom. There was a bed and there were 4 chairs. The bed, I still am mad at myself for not purchasing because I could have gotten it, and it lit up too. These chairs, when Madame Rubinstein died, were purchased by the movie director Billy Wilder, who did Sunset Boulevard, and just like it's an endless list. Some like it hot. They turned his movies into musicals, so that is kind of a double provenance. Helena Rubinstein, Billy Wilder, and now me.
Are there any of the artists whose work feels like an extension of your own identity?
Any particular work that does? I mean, I could say that a lot of it does because they're so particular. I have images of a number of images of women who were on the International Best Dress list, for example. So they're all around us. The history of the International Best Dress list is there, and that's so much what I am and who I am and what I do. So, yeah, I mean, overall, everything's an extension of me, but those in particular, I guess you could say, yeah.
Okay. And do you believe art should complement a space or challenge it?
I would say both, but with the emphasis on complement. Like, things should look like they belong there, but in a surprising way.
Okay. And if any of the artwork in your home could talk, what would they say?
Oh my God. Let us out of here. free us.
I love it. I love it.